but lots of reasons. But apparently, like for kids to, the way they're brought to us is like not kosher. Like and kids at trees to, I don't know. So details next time. All right, what's going on? Oh wow, what is going on? Where to start? So since I was here last time, I got laid off, which is really sad because now I actually have time to follow my dreams. Damn it! I can actually do what I want to do. Oh no excuses. That sucks. No, that's great. What else is going on? So the other day I was with a friend in a car and I did whippets. And I was telling another friend this, and she was like, "What are you, 15?" And I was like, "Yes! Do you know me?" For those of you who don't know me, I pretty much act like I'm 15 on a good day. So I had this kind of high for like a minute maybe, and I had this and it's good for me because I'm a very anxious, uptight person. I don't seem like it maybe, but like on the inside I'm always freaking out about most things. So I was like, oh cool, I'm like, wow, and my voice was like, it sounded really deep and slow, and I was like, I'm so uptight. But then I had this realization, I had this flashback to the Twilight Zone episode, which I loved watching when I was a kid. And there's this one episode when this woman, maybe I'm piecing together different episodes, but I'll get to the point. So this woman sees this other woman who looks just like her, and she's like on a horse, and she's like, what the fuck's going on? And the entire half hour is like the usual Twilight Zone episode where they're just like, something doesn't make sense, let me figure it out. Anyway, it turns out that the woman is like her in the future, and she's like warning her against the decision she's going to make in her life. And I was just thinking about that kind of relationship and how I feel like I'll speak for myself. I watched a lot of movies growing up, read a lot of books, and there weren't that many unique messages in a lot of them, I thought. It was kind of like, usually it was one true love, and you get a good job, and that's the good thing. And that's all there is to life. And that really bored the shit out of me, because none of that really interests me. Anyway, but also this idea that you're either good or you're bad, you have friends or enemies, you've got one true love, and then everyone else in the world isn't as important. And I really don't like that. And the more I just kind of hang out, and by hang out, being alive or whatever, it's like I couldn't choose one person. And maybe it's me being the 15-year-old. But I mean this in so many ways where it's like I would feel really uncomfortable giving so much of my love and time and energy just to one person. And I just put it out there. I don't know why. There we go. Anyway, the point is that lady in the episode was this relationship where maybe there are other kinds of relationships that we have, and I'm trying to figure out what other relationships there are that we maybe haven't been taught. And also, who's teaching us these lessons? I'm not a fan of who's teaching us these lessons, because I pretty much went against everything I was taught, and I ended up better for it. For those people that I was assigned female at birth, and then last year I was like, this isn't working out. So then I got my breast removed, and I went on testosterone, and then now I'm the 15-year-old you see before you. I'm not 15. I'm 28, but I don't act like it. I was talking to someone, I'm always talking to someone, that's a way to begin a sentence. I was talking to somebody, I'm the only person ever talking to somebody. I was talking to someone, and he was asking me, he's like, a lot of people ask, so do you like guys or girls? And I'm like, I like everybody. And also, side note, I feel, this is really weird, because I grew up very cynical and unhappy, and part of me is wanting to hold on to that, the world's terrible, and I'll laugh at my pain, and I'll be miserable by myself, and now I'm happy and at peace, and that's not very funny, so it sucks, because I'm like, I've always been into comedy, and now there's not as much to laugh at, so I'm not in as much pain. So that's a fucking conundrum. Anyway, that's kind of, but then I'm making fun of myself, so that's not so happy. Okay, yeah. So I feel like I'm not one or the other. At first I was like, I'm not female, so I must be male. And then after a while I was like, this doesn't quite fit either. And why do I have to be one or the other? And that's one question, is just why do we feel we have to be one or the other? Great analogy. Well, no. Okay. My external hard drive broke because I tripped over it. I tripped over it, and I was like, oh, Roman. Anyway, so it was saved, which is great. but I brought it to get fixed, and they're able to take out all the information and put it in a different, like, a new hard drive. So it's like the same thing, where it's like the same soul or memories or information, but in a different body, even though it's the same body overall. But it's still like, it looks different, but it's like the same thing. Yeah, and so it's like information and who we are doesn't really have a gender, yet we're kind of forced to assume that we're one gender. You know, it's like you go to the men's room or the ladies' room, and when you fill out job applications, you know, it's male and female, and it's like, why? Like, why? It's such a pain in the ass. You know, like it's still segregation, and that sucks, and I'm fucking tired of it. I don't really have any solutions. But I'm always open for, I mean, it's good to talk about. Gender is a real pain in the ass. Universal pronouns would be great too, because when I changed or whatever, it was like tough for some people who knew me to start referring to me as he, and even for myself to even think of myself as he. But if we had the same pronouns for everybody, then it would just save us all a lot of time for people who transition. Well, it's like sometimes when you hear someone talking and you're feeling, well, when I'm feeling paranoid, which happens sometimes a lot, I'm like, oh my god, they're talking about me. But now they're talking about a she, like, she's so dumb. I'll be like, oh, now they're not talking about me, which is really bad. But it's also like this kind of like, what's the point of that? But it's, if we all had the same pronoun, we'd all feel more connected, I would think. I mean, I would feel more connected. Whoa. Alright. Okay, I'm ending on this one thing. So as I was saying, I was talking to people. And people say, oh yeah, are you interested in dudes or girls? And I'm like, I like everybody, and that's great. And the thing is that, and they're saying, oh well, has it changed since you transitioned? And I feel like I always was attracted to both and to everybody, but now it's like I feel more love for everybody just because I'm happier with myself, and that's not very funny. But it's true, it's kind of nice. It's like, you know, the more at peace you are with yourself, the more at peace I am with myself, the more I see the beauty in everybody. So, thanks very much.